Welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, a weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. So of course, if you enjoy the show, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and stick around for more. But this week, we have Predator Hunting Grounds as our headliner. On top of that, we have MotoGP, Trials of Mana, and more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. First off, we have Predator Hunting Grounds coming out on the PlayStation 4 and the PC. Hunt or be hunted. Predator Hunting Grounds is an immersive asymmetrical multiplayer shooter set in the remote jungles of the world where the predator stalks its most challenging prey. Play as a member of an elite 4-person fire team and complete paramilitary operations before the predator finds you, or play as the predator to hunt the most worthy prey, choosing from your vast array of deadly alien tech to collect your trophies one by one. Enter a world that looks and feels completely authentic to the lore of the Predator universe. The lush jungle comes alive with the sights and sounds of military bravado moving toward their objective, while up in the trees a flash of light and an ominous clicking sound belay that the team is about to face deadly opposition. From the epic Predator theme song to the signature light-bending cloaking and thermal Predator vision, fans of the Predatorverse will revel in both familiar and new canon. As a fire team member, wield a state-of-the-art arsenal from pistols to assault rifles, shotguns, grenades, and heavy weapons. As the Predator, hunt with deadly alien tech including the shoulder-mounted plasma caster, combi stick, smart disc, wrist blades, and more. Drop into several conflict zones in South America, treacherous, thick with ranging trees and sprawling undergrowth. Guerrilla soldiers are well camouflaged between guarding shanty hideouts at the water's edge. Whether a fire team moves as a unit or takes a strategic split approach to reach each objective, the rich setting offers a diverse environment to perfect your approach. For the Predator, the trees are perfect for using otherworldly skills, crawling up tree trunks, and stealthing through branches to stalk prey with frightening speed. It's no surprise to anybody that this game comes to us from the team behind Friday the 13th, the game. That was a title that saw a lot of issues with trademark specifically because the game had been developed rather independently from the actual team behind Friday the 13th. So now it seems that they have moved on from that project, which by the way was given away for free with PlayStation Plus at one point, and now they are transitioning into another iconic 80s franchise, and that is what we have here today with Predator Hunting Grounds. Overall, I've watched some gameplay. It seems like it's not necessarily your AAA amazing 10 out of 10 experience, but it does look to be a fun romp with friends, especially if you have a group of dedicated guys that you play with, or perhaps you stream on Twitch, Mixer, or another service. This would be a pretty fun one to have a little party mode too. So if you want to dive in, it seems like a very fun experience. If you are into asymmetrical multiplayer games like Evolve or Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight, this is definitely one to check out, so you can check it out this week when it launches on the PlayStation 4 as a console exclusive and comes to PC via the Epic Games Store. Next up, we have Trials of Mana coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Switch, and the PC. Trials of Mana is the 3D remake of the hit classic RPG released in 1995 as Seiken Densetsu 3. This darling tale of overcoming the test of fate has been given new life. Experience the beloved adventure fully modernized with graphic improvements, character voiceover support, a remastered soundtrack, and a new episode which you can experience after the ending, in addition to an ability system and new class that reconstructs the character leveling system plus more active battles. This overlapping story of interwoven destinies changes depending on who you choose as your main character and companions. Will these young adventurers be able to use the power of mana to save the world from the brink of destruction? When the world was shrouded in darkness, the goddess of mana drew forth the sword of mana to smite the 8 benevolence, monsters of destruction. She sealed the horrors inside the 8 mana stones, bringing the realm back from the brink. Weakened from rebuilding the world, the goddess changed herself into a tree and fell into a deep sleep for many years. However, the forces of evil soon sought to free benevolence to gain control of the world. They started a terrible war to further their plot to destabilize the kingdoms. Peace was at an end. Mana itself began to disappear from the world, and the mana tree started to wither. Now, this is ultimately a remaster of a classic game, not to be confused with a remake necessarily, like you would get from Resident Evil 2, 3, and now, of course, we have Final Fantasy VII. This is something more in line with a very good remaster. It looks phenomenal. On top of that, you have new music. In addition to that, you have, of course, new elements of the game, such as an improved class model, etc. So if you want to dive into Trials of Mana, it's going to be the game you remember from long ago, but now it seems it's going to be touched up and revamped to get in line with the modern expectations of modern gamers, and it's launching this week on the PS4, the Switch, and the PC. Next up, we have MotoGP 20 coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. Rev up your engines for a new chapter of the MotoGP series. MotoGP 20 celebrates the great return of the managerial career mode with lots of new features. Even more realistic graphics, stunning gameplay improvements, a brand new way to experience the historical challenges, and all of the thrills of the official 2020 season are waiting for you. Create your team and control every aspect of it with the managerial career mode. One of the most beloved features of the franchise is back. Choose to join an official 2020 team and partner with the official riders, or enter a brand new team following your manager's advice. A complete entourage is ready to support you on the path to glory. Graphic and technical improvements have been included. MotoGP 20 introduces major graphic improvements to sky, asphalt, settings, weather, lighting, vegetation, and damage on the bike, which will also have an effect on its overall performance. You will be able to enjoy more realistic physics, where you will have to learn to monitor your tire wear and the braking system. The new 3D models of the riders, the face scans of official team managers, and new animations will make you feel even more immersed in the MotoGP world. Upgraded neural AI. Race against faster, smarter, and more accurate riders with an AI more human than ever before, based on machine learning that will identify your actions and react accordingly. Now, I parsed down all of the aspects that were shared in the official description because a lot of it was repeated, and on top of that, some of it was largely irrelevant. But I think the main draw of this entry, as you guessed it, is the managerial career mode. It sounds like that's something that a lot of players enjoyed from the past, and now they are bringing it back with MotoGP 20. On top of that, improved AI is something that I think should be expected with every new entry in a sports game or a sports franchise, but it is nice to be able to kind of riff on that and say, hey, you might actually get a challenge out of some of these races, so that's always a good impact on a new game. But on top of that, generic graphic improvements make this one sound like a pretty good entry for the MotoGP franchise. So if you want to pick up MotoGP 20, it's coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC. And to round out today's show, we have Picross S4 coming out on the Nintendo Switch. This is the official description, shall we? The highest number of puzzles in the Picross S series, with a total of 485 in all, included with bonus content extra featuring large Picross puzzles. This is the fourth Picross S series on the Nintendo Switch. There are brand new puzzles for you to enjoy in all four familiar game modes: Picross, Mega Picross, Color Picross, and Clip Picross. We've also added bonus extra puzzles which are dedicated for Picross S series veterans. There are two 30x30 large Picross puzzles for you to solve. Link the play data from Picross S, Picross S2, and Picross S3 to unlock an even larger 40x30 Picross puzzle for each series played, up to a maximum of 3. There are a total of 300 Picross and Mega Picross puzzles, 150 Clip Picross piece puzzles, 30 Color Picross puzzles, and 5 extra puzzles, a grand total of 485 puzzles. That sounds like one of those questions from elementary school that's made to throw you off, that makes you think about your problem-solving skills. But Picross is a picture crossword puzzle game where you follow hint number to complete a picture. What? With simple, easy-to-follow rules, it's a game anyone can play. Outside of the description, Picross is actually a pretty fun little puzzle game, and of course this is exactly what you would expect. It's Picross, but now there are more puzzles, and it's back on the Nintendo Switch. So if you want to dive in, by all means you can this week whenever the game launches, yet again, on the Nintendo Switch. Did I mention it's a Picross game? It's Picross S4, the fourth entry in the Picross S series. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to drop me a like down below and let me know if any of the titles we talked about today caught your eye, or in general, what are you playing? I would love to hear your thoughts about what is going on during the quarantine. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I will talk to you soon, and peace.